This wasn't my plan to do for the next Lost Media. By the way, this is Maniac with GimmickSets.net. Welcome to this YouTube channel. Apparently, a video that I did a couple of years ago involving this game, Sanity, Aiken's artifact for the PC, starring Ice-T, and developed by Monolith, published by then Fox Interactive. Now, I guess that company would be considered like Vivendi Universal, and then that got later absorbed by Sierra, that got absorbed by, I don't know. Anyway, so the rights of this game are pretty much non-existent. Nobody knows who owns this game's rights anymore. But while this game is certainly free and available to do, it is the very first game, as far as I'm aware of, and offered, when I believe the game was released, I believe in either 1999 or 2000, most likely summer 1999. It is the first game to offer DLC in the form of multiplayer, what was called talents. We would call them, I guess, abilities and things like that. This game was heavily inspired by cards like Magic the Gathering, and as such, powers in this game are obtained very similar to obtaining talent packs or talents in the universe, that sort of thing. When the game shipped, it shipped with 80 talents that you could find within the single-player campaign. However, even before the game first came out, there was a lot of big deal about it, particularly because there were various DLC talents that were going to be offered through special exclusive one-way only means. And I talked about that during my pre-order stories video that has since ended up on the Lost Media Wiki, so thank you to whoever posted that up there. But one of the big deals that I realized is certainly within the last couple of weeks, this has kind of picked up. And I have been trying my best to do my part about this. So let me explain to you what was lost. Let me explain to you what was found. And let me explain to you what we may have some hope for currently when I'm recording this video. First off, when I first did my video, the only two things I could account for was either the pre-order DLC discs, which I knew I had personally in my collection, and most likely the PC Gamer talent packs that were offered through a specific issue of PC Gamers. I believe it was the issue entitled, or the featured article was, The New Game Gods. Everything else that was available at the time was not archived. So let's go through the list as to what existed as far as my memory concerns, which I think is complete, versus what was found, versus what was needed to be found at the time, versus what I found. Okay, so one bonus talent was included with the game. Anybody that has the full copy of the game actually has 81 talents, not 80. That bonus talent was included with all copies of the game and could be played by pretty much anybody. That is not a lost talent if you have a full copy of the game. Everybody's got one. The second talent, and which was also found, was the PC Gamer disc talent. From what I've been told, that entire disc was put up on the Internet Archive, and it is safe and sound up there. I think I still probably have a copy. I think I ran into that issue that I still have a copy of, is what I'm trying to say, on disc. But if it's been archived, great. The next one was, of course, the pre-order DLC, which was only offered to people who pre-order the game directly from Electronics Boutique or ebgames.com. That is this. And just before I turn this video on, I can assure you that I have archived its contents. I have it on an external drive, which, if somebody would point me to the right direction as to where to put it, I'm happy to upload it to whichever Internet Archive you guys want. All that's on here is a README file and the talent pack. I believe the README is just the installation instructions. In case you're curious, well, how do you install these things? There's no installer. There shouldn't be. There can't really be. There is a, when you install the game, there's a folder in the game directory called Talent specifically. And basically, you're supposed to drag and drop all of your talent unlockable files into that folder, which would then unlock them in the game. The last one that I want to talk about just now, the second to last one, was the Greater Summon Zombie talent. That was released for a limited time through Monolith's website, and it was pretty much released only for like way after the game support was long since over. and it was released as a downloadable file through there. Now I knew for a fact, because I remembered that Monolith had also archived that talent on their FTP site back in the day, which after their website shut down, their FTP was still accessible, and all the contents of their website, at least the downloadable files and executables, were still on there. After doing a search through the Internet Archive within the last week or so, I confirmed that somebody had actually archived the entire Monolith FTP as of around, I guess it was 2014 or so. Certainly late enough that if the talent, because I think the talent was posted probably around 2000, 2001 or so, and it was on the FTP site for quite a while. Somebody, one of my eagle-eyed commenters, at my request, went through the whole FTP archive off the Internet Archive. I guess they downloaded it and went through the zip file or something. And they confirmed for me that the Summon Greater Zombie talent was in that archive. Nobody knew it was there, except for, I guess, for me. But again, thank you for confirming that. I haven't been able to verify that myself, but one of my commenters says it is in there. So that has since, at least we know where that is. So that talent has been archived. So after everything, the pre-orders, the downloadable one, the only downloadable one, the what do you call it? The PC Gamer issue. All that's left, as far as I can account for, is the real player. I'm hoping it's on here. Unfortunately, right now, disk drives don't last very long. And I don't currently have a good USB one to inspect this disk. I have a secondary shot in that I've also found one of my old PCs from back in the day. It's not 100% functional. I can't get it to boot Windows, at least not with a modern keyboard and mouse. But that at least has told me that the hard drive is in decent enough shape that I might be able to go through it file by file if I have to. Now, I hope it doesn't come to that, but if it's not on here, I'm going to take my old computer apart and hope and wish me the best. I know for a fact that the Real Player release came in an executable installer. And I know for a fact that that executable installer does not work on modern versions of Windows. I believe it was meant for Windows 95 or Windows 98. But I'm fairly certain that I had those talents uncompressed, either on here or on the computer. So here's another chapter, guys. Wish me luck. Until next time, my name is Maniac with GameXS.net. Take care. Over and out.